Let me ask you a straight question. Have you ever sold your maize or your soya beans at a higher price than last year, walked home feeling like you've made a profit, then realized that the exact same money can't even buy you the same quantity of fertilizer that it did 12 months ago? If that story sounds familiar, welcome to the reality of inflation. Today, we're talking about why understanding inflation isn't just for economists. It's a matter of survival for every farmer working the land, whether you're farming 2 hectares of maize in Chipata or running a commercial pivot system in Mukoshi. Now, let's strip away the heavy economic talk and explain what inflation is in simple terms. Inflation simply means that the prices of goods and services increase over time, which means that your kwacha loses its purchasing power. Now, think about the things you buy for your farm: fertilizer, chemicals, fuel, seed, tractors, labor. If most of these cost more today than they did last year, that's inflation. The important thing to remember is that inflation doesn't just make farming more expensive, it rather changes how profitable your farm is. When inflation goes up, your money buys less. But for a farmer, it hits twice as hard because you are both a consumer and a producer. Now, one of the biggest traps inflation sets for Zambian farmers is the illusion of profit. And one of the biggest mistakes any farmer can make is assuming that if costs go up, crop prices will automatically rise by the same amount. That rarely happens. Your fertilizer might increase by 20%, but your maize price may only increase by 8%. When that happens, your profit gets squeezed. You work just as hard or even harder, but keep less money at the end of the season. Now let's look at this example and compare 2 seasons. Last season, it cost this farmer 80,000 kwacha to produce their crop. They sold everything for 120,000, leaving them with a profit of 40,000. Now let's look at this season. The farmer sold more produce, or perhaps sold it at a higher price, bringing it to 130,000 instead of 120,000 kwacha. At first glance, it looks like a better season. After all, sales have gone up by 10,000. But here's what many farmers miss. The cost of production also increased from 80,000 to 96,000. Fertilizer became more expensive, fuel went up, chemicals cost more, labor may have also cost more as well. So even though the farmer made more money from sales, they also spent much more to produce the crop. Look at the profit. Last season, they kept 40,000 kwacha. This season, they only kept 34,000 kwacha. That's 6,000 kwacha less profit, even though sales increased. This is exactly how inflation works. Inflation doesn't mean you aren't making sales. It means your costs are rising faster than your income. That's why successful farmers don't ask, how much did I sell? They ask, how much did I actually keep? Because at the end of the day, you don't pay school fees with revenue, you don't buy fertilizer with sales, you pay your bills with profit. And that's why understanding inflation is so important for every farmer. Sales increased, but profit fell. That's why smart farmers focus on profit and not just revenue. Now, why does inflation matter on your farm? Inflation affects almost every decision you make. Should you buy fertilizer today or wait? Should you repair old equipment or replace it? Should you borrow money? Should you store your crop or sell it immediately? How does inflation really affect your farm? Firstly, your production costs increase. Inflation makes fertilizer, chemicals, fuel, and machinery parts more expensive. Your costs usually go up long before you can sell your harvest. Secondly, borrowing becomes more expensive. As inflation rises, interest rates often increase too. This means farm loans can cost more, making it more expensive to finance your operation. And lastly, customers may spend less. When the cost of living rises, consumers have less money to spend. That can reduce demand for some farm products or make it harder to get the price you want. So how can you as a farmer beat inflation? You can't stop inflation, but you can reduce its impact. Successful farmers often know their cost of production, buy key inputs before prices rise, reduce waste, improve productivity instead of simply increasing acreage, keep good financial records, and they diversify income where possible. These won't eliminate inflation, but they'll help protect your profits. Now, what's the biggest lesson that every farmer can learn? Many farmers celebrate higher prices after harvest. but higher prices don't automatically mean higher profits. If your costs increased faster than your income, your business has actually gone backwards. That's why every farmer should pay attention to inflation, not because it's an economic term, but because it affects the money that stays in your pocket. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Also visit our website and check out some of the free tools available for you. The link is in the bio, and see you in the next one.